What is up, B's and G's? This is Yoli from We Talk Maple. I don't know why I whispered my name there. This is Yoli from We Talk Maple, but I'm not playing Maple Story, and you may be like, why aren't you playing Maple Story? Why are you playing this strange game with all these high-tech graphics? I'm not playing Maple Story because there's a server track at the moment, and that kind of sucks, so I just jumped on Vindictus to get some footage. And for you guys who don't know, Vindictus is another game by Nexon, which is freaking awesome. I really love Vindictus. Fun game. Really fast-paced. Right now I'm playing kind of like a slow, tanky character, so it's not as fast-paced as usual, but it's a fun game, and I would recommend giving it a go. It also kind of looks graphically demanding, but I think you'd be surprised to see that your PC might be able to run it, actually, because my old one could run it, and that was a shitbox of a computer, I'm telling you right now. But anyways, what I want to talk about in this video is the marijuana, the herb, you know, the ganja, the reefer, the Mary Jane, the wacky tobacco, the devil's lettuce. You know what I'm talking about, kids. You guys all know what I'm talking about. And I guess the best way to start is to say that I am pro pot. Like I'm pro legalizing pot, and I think that's what you should just mean. Like when you say pro pot, I think that's all that entails is you believe it should be legalized. And the reason I say that because there's a lot of people who are pro pot, and like you can often get lumped in with them if you say you're pro pot, and these people often are like, oh yeah, it's a wonder drug, like it cures cancer, it does this, it does that, it does this, it does that. And I'm not going to say that pot doesn't have like a lot of really beneficial effects and dare I say consequences, but it is still not like entirely good for you, and I wouldn't recommend like children smoking it, or not like children, but like even teenagers. Like I wouldn't recommend high school kids smoking it, or even kids my age. I probably shouldn't smoke it, to be honest. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I know that's kind of hypocritical after just saying that, but yeah, like I don't think kids should be smoking it, just because you can cause long-term damage to your brain because of it. It's been linked to schizophrenia. If you're smoking at a really young age and you smoke a lot, you increase your risk of getting schizophrenia later on in life, I should say, which is something you don't want. Definitely, you don't want that. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend smoking it as a kid or as a child. God, I don't like saying kid. Kid is it's just such a weird noun, and I don't like it, but I'm slipping, Josiah, you're slipping. Yeah, so yeah, I just wouldn't recommend kids smoking it, and just like anything else, pot can become a vice, and it's not a good thing, you know, like it's not a good thing to like it's probably not a good thing to smoke it every single day, for like a really long time. It's probably a thing you want to do in moderation, just like anything else. And that's where I kind of like I diverge from like the other pro potters, I guess. Is that a lot of them tend to say that yeah, it's like it's a wonder drug, you can smoke it every day, there's going to be no negative side effects, so it's just going to be positive, which isn't true. It is bad for you. It's not good for you, like in terms of like health, but there are benefits, and that's what I kind of want to talk about today. And I guess you guys can decide whether or not I am just as bad as those pro potters, or maybe I'm cooler, maybe I'm hip to the pot, hip to the pot. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so I guess like the biggest benefit of it is its mental benefits, I find, at least. When you smoke pot, it kind of like it takes you to this weird place where you're very, well, at least I am. I it is different for everyone, I guess. But for me, I'm very introspective. I'm looking at myself. I'm very self-critical, and I think everyone gets like that. They're very aware of what they're doing. Their body just kind of feels awkward. They don't know entirely how to operate, and like that kind of goes away with more and more use of pot. Like you kind of get used to that feeling, and you don't mind it so much, like the awkward body part of it. But you're still very self-critical, and that's what I like, I guess, about pot, is that it can get you to question things about yourself that you would not ever dream of questioning, because there would be no reason to, or you would think there'd be no reason to, if you weren't on pot. Like you'd like I've not seen things, but I've gotten through things because of pot. And this shouldn't be mistaken for me being in like a sad place in my life and then smoking pot and becoming happier, because you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't use pot to be happy. You shouldn't use pot from going from sad to happy. You should use it to go to content, or just, you know, just okay or whatever, just like a normal state, or even happy to happier, or to happy. Never from sad to happy, because that's when dependency arises, and you don't want dependency. You don't want to become dependent on a drug, or I don't even like calling it a drug, but you don't want to be dependent on some substance to just, you know, be content, because that's all it's going to make you. And I don't know, it's not a good thing. It can become a vice, just like alcohol or whatever. You don't want to use it in excess. And again, that's like, just because it has that benefit of making the user, I guess, self-critical and self-analyzing and whatnot, it doesn't mean it doesn't have any doesn't mean it doesn't have any detriments. Like I said, it is still a vice. It is like if you use it in excess, it can become a vice, and it does have the negative health effects, a few negative health effects, not as bad as like a lot of anti-pot campaigns make it seem. And I would have to say that adds to why a lot of people tend to use it in excess, because they don't know kind of what to believe when it comes to pot, because they've been lied to a lot. If you guys haven't realized already, pot is not as bad as everyone has told you throughout middle school and elementary school. If they do that now, they told me in middle school that pot was like the worst fucking thing ever. Like, it was just like, if you do pot, you're gonna do heroin, you're gonna do crystal meth, and you're gonna be a homeless person. You're gonna be sucking dick for money. You're gonna be sucking dick just for your next hit. It's gonna be fucking awful. You're gonna hate your life. So don't start smoking pot. And it's just not true. I mean, if you have an addictive personality, or if you have a personality that's I don't know, easily swayed, and you're easily convinced, I guess, you're probably gonna do those drugs anyways. You probably won't need pot to get you started. But yeah, like it's really stupid, the campaigns for anti-pot. I wish I had more time. I kind of want to ramble on more, but alas, I am done this dungeon. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned a little something, if anything, from this video, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on the devil's lettuce, the pot, the Mary Jane, the herb, the ganja, if you will. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you guys pro pot, anti pot? Do you not like pot? Is it devil's cum, as a lot of people suggest it is, or is it God's blessing to the world? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, sorry. Peace. They released two things. Well, a Better Maple was from a while ago, and kudos on that too. But they did another developer AMA type of thing. And for you guys who don't know, an AMA is an Ask Me Anything, and I guess they did it with the development team, and I think there was another team. Might have been just the development team. But they did like a Q&A type thing, and